Flight 229, you're clear for takeoff.
Hey folks, Maverick Watch Reviews back here with another review for you. Today we have the Phoibos 300m Quartz Professional Diver, model number PX002C. And first I'd like to thank Ethan and Emily over at Phoibos again for another review unit. Make sure you check out Phoibos' website and pick yourself up one. They have a great selection of watches, great prices, and free worldwide shipping. You really just can't go wrong. Now as usual, we'll open this thing up, look at the fit and finish, the features and the functions, the build quality, and then give you my overall impressions of what I think is a pretty nice offering from Phoibos. But first, I'd also like to invite you to become a patron of mine on Patreon. This will allow me to buy a better camera, better editing software, and give you a new watch review at least a couple times a week. Make sure you check out my Patreon page when you get a chance. My only commitment level is $3, but you can always, give more or less if you like, and I would really appreciate it. Now here you go. Here's the watch case. Now, I guess you're noticing this little air tank back here, and I'll talk about that a little bit later. A little bit of a surprise for you. Is it really air tank? That's the question. Anyway, we'll talk about that a little bit later. Anyway, here's the Phoibos watch box. You've seen these before. There you go. There's the watch, and here is the paperwork. So you're looking at the, I guess this is what, the instruction manual? Yeah, this is your instruction manual. Here is your warranty card on the back there with some information about the website as well. And here is your, looks like your worldwide shipping and refund policy. There you go. All right, now I know you're looking at this and going, wow, a Rolex Homage watch. And that's pretty much what this is. But this is a little bit different and I think a lot better. So let's go ahead and get this stuff out of the way here. All right, now as usual, we'll go ahead and put up all the specs on the left-hand side screen, and then we'll talk a little bit more about this in detail. You're looking at a 42mm case. It's 13mm thick. It's on a 22mm stainless steel bracelet. It is 300 meters water resistant, which is 990 feet. It does have a sapphire crystal, which is really great on a watch in this price range. It's got the Ronda 515 quartz movement. It has about a 3-year battery life, give or take a little bit. You have a date function over there at 3 o'clock. You have a super luminova all over the indexes and hands. You've got a 120 click unidirectional bezel, and you have a signed screw down crown also over here at 3 o'clock. So I'm not normally a fan of Homage watches at all. You can obviously tell this is either looking like a Submariner or a Sea Dweller, but this thing is really different. And I'm really impressed with it, mainly for the build quality. This thing feels absolutely rock solid. Look at solid links, screw down crown, nice bracelet, nice screw down case back, sapphire crystal. I mean, for what you're going to pay for this watch, it's kind of unheard of. I don't know, Ethan and Emily personally over at Phoibos, but whatever they're doing, it is absolutely working. As you noticed, I guess about a week or two ago, I reviewed the 1,000 meter Ocean Master that they have. And I just love that watch. And gosh darn it, if I don't love this one too. I'm really impressed. First of all, let's talk about the Rolex Submariner look, the homage to this thing. I mean, it really does look like a Rolex Submariner or a Sea Dweller. There's no escaping it. It really is an homage watch. But it's just, like I said, very well done. Very legible dial with these applied, they're like semi-applied indexes. They're not totally applied, but they have a nice chrome bezel around each index, and they're definitely raised off the dial surface. You do have a Cyclops over here at 3 o'clock. Some people, Cyclopses really trigger people. Some hate them, some love them. I personally like it, I guess because I'm getting a little bit older, and I like that magnification of the date. Some absolutely hate them, and there's room for both camps when it comes to a Cyclops on a watch. You can actually take these off. I wouldn't recommend it, but there are certain processes you can use to take a Cyclops off, just because it's actually just glued onto the crystal. I don't recommend it because you might end up screwing up your sapphire crystal, but if you want to do it, you can. Anyway, let's talk about the case. Again, just a real simple case. You do have some polished areas and some brushed areas. You got really pronounced crown guards over here at 3 o'clock with the screw down crown. You can see that it's signed with the Phoibos logo. Nothing spectacular about the case. It does have a nice bezel, real nice 120 click unidirectional bezel that has probably some of some of the least amount of play I've ever seen on a bezel of any watch that I've reviewed. Really nice, just has a little bit, super nice click action. And of course the 12 o'clock pip lines up perfectly with the 12 o'clock index, which I really, really appreciate. It just drives me nuts when they're off a few degrees, either way. It just drives me crazy, but I like it. Bracelet, let's talk about this bracelet. Really, really nice bracelet. You can see that it's signed in two places. You got the Phoibos lettering here, and then you got the Phoibos logo right there. And it reminds me of Seiko bracelets. It looks a lot like Seiko bracelets, as a matter of fact. I don't know if that's intentional or not. There you go. Now on Seiko bracelets, this is all polished, but anyway, it doesn't make a difference. So there you go. And let's also look at the case back. There you go. You see that Phoibos looks like an octopus with 3 stars underneath it. And it just gives you the basics of the watch, the movement, it's got a sapphire crystal, the water resistance, all that good stuff. So there you go. Nice screw down case back. I really do like that laser etching of that Phoibos octopus with a little crown on it and the 3 stars underneath. I like it. It's a little bit different. Now, if I'm correct, you don't get a dive extension with this. I mean, this is a 300-meter rated watch. You think you would get a dive extension, but I guess they just, for whatever reason, didn't put a dive extension on this. So now, is this really rated 300 meters? I would be a little bit worried. Again, I'll tell you the price of this here in a little bit, but if it's rated at 300 meters and actually survives to 300 meters, I would be absolutely shocked. And that's really not just with this watch. With any watch in this price range, I would really be shocked if it's really as water resistant as the dial says. Now, of course, the dial says professional 300 meters. The odds are pretty slim that would really survive any sort of depth like that. But it might. I mean, who knows? It might. Let's talk about the crown itself. Really nice crown pop. Very smooth action on it. And again, for the price of this watch, I mean, the quality in this thing is really, really laudable. I mean, I'm really impressed with Phoibos in general as a company. Anyway, nice crown pop, really smooth crown action when you need to screw it back down. Really nice. Already talked about the case back. I do wish this was a solar and automatic or an automatic, and I've stated this before. I just don't like unscrewing case backs. I don't like to worry about that seal and the little rubber gasket being screwed up when you have to tighten it back down after you replace the battery. I just don't like that. I really only like to deal with solar and automatic watches. But for this one, just like the Phoibos Ocean Master, I'll make an exception because it's such a well-made Homage watch. Now, if anybody asks me if that's a Rolex, I'm obviously going to say no, it's not a Rolex. I'm not going to try to trick anybody or fool anybody. And I've never had an Homage watch. This will probably be my first Homage watch. And I really like it, man. You can spend a lot more for much more detailed homages, or basically, I think they're kind of fake Rolexes. But anyway, this it's not. It doesn't have the Rolex logo. Honestly, it's its own watch. The Phoibos company created this watch, but it does look an awful lot like a Rolex. And there are a ton of these out there. I think this is just one of the better ones that's not trying to actually copy what a Rolex watch looks like. But anyway, enough of that. It's its own watch, so let's just kind of grade it on its own merits. So anyway, I'm trying to think of anything else I forgot about the watch. That's pretty much it. Really nice, super comfortable bracelet. Let me go and try this thing on for you real quick. And then we'll get the loom shot for you. It's really comfortable, man. This bracelet is really well made. There you go. I mean, it's a fantastic looking watch. Tons of wrist presence. I'm really, really impressed. And it fits right out of the box, which is even better. So there you go. Anyway, let's go ahead and get the loom shot here. And you know what? I'm actually going to wear this watch with pride. I mean, I know what it cost. I know what it's supposed to be. And I'm not trying to, like I said, I'm not trying to trick anybody. I'm not trying to fool them into thinking I have an $11,000 Rolex Sea Dweller or Submariner on my hands. I'm not trying to do that. I mean, this is for what you're paying for. And again, I'll tell you in a little bit how much it costs. This is an extremely well-made watch. I'm really impressed with this thing. Really, really, really impressed. So anyway, let's go ahead and do the loom shot. And I've already done this, obviously, before I did the review. But the loom is not that great. I mean, you're not going to get... Seiko, and I'll always reference back to Seiko's Lumibrite. There's just no other watch company out there that has brighter loom, I think. There you go. I mean, it's okay. The hands are okay. The minute and hour hands are okay. but the index is not so much. You can see it's kind of already fading. In fact, gosh, it's already totally faded. Let me try that again. Wow. All right, Phoibos, I have a gripe about the loom already. I didn't know it was going to be this weak. Wow, it's really weak. Wow. Anyway, well, there you go. Really weak loom, unfortunately. But still, I think a pretty good watch. All right. So that's really about it. And funny enough, this loom is a lot worse than the 1000-meter Ocean Master. That loom was crazy good. And I'm not quite sure why they spend the money to make this loom just as good. But anyway, if you like this video, please click on my channel if you want to subscribe. I really, really do appreciate that. If you want to subscribe to my channel, I really do appreciate it. And you can get these over at Phoibos' website in either black, green, or blue for $99 with free shipping, which I think is a great price. You're getting a really decent watch for the money. And again, black, green, or blue. So there you go. Now, of course, I'll include a link in the description field to this particular watch and all of the other colors on Phoibos' website. I'll put that link in the description field for you. So go out there and get, you're not going to be disappointed. You're really going to be like, wow, this is a lot of watch for the money. And that's what I've experienced with both Phoibos watches that I've reviewed. This one, the 300-meter and the 1000-meter, you're really getting a decent watch for the money. Everybody hates to be, taken advantage of, hates to be fooled. You have the watch for a couple months and it breaks down, or, one of the hands falls off or one of the indexes falls off. You're not going to have that problem with this watch. I've had the Ocean Master for a while, no problems. I think you'll really be impressed with this thing. I really do. Now, enough of the watch. Let's talk about the other guest in this review. Now, I actually reached out to this company, and I was really impressed with this little thing. I wanted to see what it was. And I guess you're kind of wondering what this thing is. This is not an actual air tank. What this is this a water bottle shaped to look like an air tank. It's by a company called Tank H2O. Let me show you right here. There you go. Let me get this in focus for you. All right, there you go, Tank H2O. Now, the thing with this is that it is made from food-grade stainless steel. It's BPA-free and also approved by the FDA. It's a 750 milliliter bottle. Let me unscrew it for you. So this is like your valve area. This is your plastic cap, and there you go. Food-grade stainless steel, approved by the FDA. A decent little water bottle. I just like the fact that, a lot of my viewers view my channel because of all the dive watch reviews. And I'm sure there are tons of you out there that actually go diving. I'm not one of those. I don't dive. I just like dive watches for their toughness and the way they look. But I'm sure a lot of you actually go diving. So this will be kind of a neat little conversation piece with you if you want to take it with you. It's a great little water bottle, very well constructed. And when I saw it, I just had to have one. So they were lucky enough to send me a couple of them. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to give one of these away. And what I'm going to do is, I guess I'll probably give it away next Friday. So make your comments in the comments section and just make sure you include the words Tank H2O in all capital letters. I'll choose a random subscriber from the list of comments to get one of these things, and I'll ship it out to you. But anyway, if you don't want to wait for that, you can obviously go over to Amazon and pick yourself up one for $19.99. That is with free shipping, by the way. And of course, I'll include the link in the description field so you can go over to Amazon and pick one up. There's only one color, one size, and that's this one, the 750 milliliter. I really can't think of a fault with this thing. It's pretty well made. I wish they had maybe done some metal on the cap here, the screw down, little cap for the water bottle. But it's not bad. It definitely looks like an air tank. But I wish they had maybe included some sort of metal on this. Maybe they couldn't have for manufacturing reasons or whatever. But it's a neat little kind of conversation starter water bottle. So there you go. Again, this has been the Tank H2O. And if you want to get yourself one before I give the free one away, obviously go over to Amazon. And again, I will include the link for you to do that. And guys and gals, the one or two ladies that are maybe watching my reviews, I really appreciate all your support. And again, head on over to Patreon if you have $3 a month to spare. I would really appreciate that as well. And that's about it. Until the next review, I will see y'all later. Take care. Bye-bye.